Hey, what's up internet? It's Jesy. In today's video I am going to be talking about, discussing, and reviewing the Me Before You movie. Now if you didn't already know, Me Before You is a book-to-movie adaptation based off of this lovely book right here. Am I pointing to it? I hope so. Called Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. Now I absolutely adored this book and I actually have not finished it. I have like 10 pages left literally, and ignore my ghetto Starburst wrapper receipt bookmarks. So I know you're probably wondering, Jessica, if you had only like 20 to 15, I don't even know, many pages left, why didn't you just finish it before you get into the movie? And so I basically read this entire last half of the book the day I saw the movie, which was yesterday, Saturday. The reason I didn't finish it is because I didn't want to have to cry twice in one day, and is because I kind of wanted to leave a little bit of a surprise element for when I saw the movie, because surprisingly I was not spoiled at all while reading this book for a long time, and I kind of almost was predicting the ending. I think I knew what was going to happen, which I did. I got it right, but it was still nice to kind of get that really epic surprise at the end of this movie. Epic as in not happy epic. If you read the book and see the movie, you know the pain that you will experience. So I previously said this in my Snapchat story. If you saw my reaction after, like right after I saw the movie, I came to the conclusion that I am now a soulless demon, because reading this book and as I saw the movie, the whole entire theater was crying. The last time I saw a whole entire theater cry together was when I first saw The Fault in Our Stars, and I cried like a baby for that. But for some reason, I have my best friend Stephanie sitting right next to me in this theater, and she's crying, and everybody's crying, and I was not crying, and I'm like, why am I not crying? So I don't know why I should have cried, because it did hurt. It physically hurt. It is such an emotional journey of a fantastic story. If you have the opportunity to be able to read this book before you see the movie, I definitely recommend that you do, but this is a movie that is such a faithful adaptation of the book that I think that you, if you wanted to, if you didn't have time to read the book before you saw the movie, you could see the movie and read the book. They're pretty smack dab similar. Since I read the book literally almost the day of seeing the movie, it was really fresh in my mind. So I knew while seeing this movie, word for word, I was like, oh my god, that's exactly what they said in the book. That's exactly what they said in the book. That just kept going through my mind, because it was so great. And the reason I loved all the dialogue and everything is also because Jojo Moyes, the author of the book, was the actual screenwriter for the movie, which I think was so great, and I kind of love it when authors are screenwriters for their adaptations, because it just makes it, I think, they have a little bit more control and it's all the more faithful to the books. And I seriously didn't have a single problem with the casting. I loved the casting. I think that it was spot on. It was just so great. Emilia Clarke plays our main character, Louisa. Clarke and Sam Claflin, aka Mr. McHottie, Finnick from the Hunger Games, he plays our other main character named Will Traynor. In case I haven't said it already, I thoroughly, really, extremely loved this movie.
And I think that, stop barking! And I think that it may be one of, Champ, stop!
And I definitely think that it may be a new favorite book-to-movie adaptation of mine, personally. If this makes sense, I don't know if it does. I don't really have a lot to say about this movie just because it's so great, so I don't have a lot of problems to talk about. Basically, I don't have anything wrong with this movie to talk about. So if you have any things that you want to talk about this movie, fangirl about it together, please comment below. I think I give this movie an A, a solid A. It was so great. I loved the writing, as I said, the dialogue between the characters. I love the acting. It was such a great movie, and if you have the opportunity to go see it, I definitely recommend that you do. So that pretty much wraps it up for the non-spoilery type section of this review. So if you have not yet read the book or seen the movie, you can go now and come back later if you feel like it. Okay, there's one thing I didn't like. There was one scene, and I think it was the scene where Louisa went to the library and she was doing research to do this whole trip, plan it out for Will, and I didn't really think that the song in that scene, it was kind of like an extremely emotional song. I feel like it would be better in like one of the ending scenes. I didn't feel it went with that scene, but that's pretty much all I had wrong with this movie. I absolutely love the costumes. I mean, not the costumes, but their clothing. Whoever the costume designer was, they kept really faithful, I think, to the book. And I love all of Louisa's outfits. They were so funny, spunky, cute, and so her. And I just adored all those little details like that they kept from the book in the movie. The movie was so spot on. And another one of my favorite parts is when Will gives her the striped tights and Patrick gives her the necklace that's a heart that says Patrick. That was so funny. And another thing about this movie, even though it does have a really heavy emotional storyline in the background of it, there is still a lot of humor, and that just goes along with the great character dynamic of Will and Louisa. I loved their chemistry together. I think that they were a great acting duo, and with all that extra sarcasm and comedy in this movie, even though it's a really emotional, heavy topic movie, it was really great. And so I think it's kind of rare to get a movie like that where you can remain laughing at certain points even though you're like tearing up a little bit. I also really love the soundtrack for this movie. I really appreciate when movies have good soundtracks. So right when I got home, I did go ahead and purchase a few of the songs from the movie soundtrack on my phone on iTunes, because they're just so great and they're the type of songs I'm just gonna listen to over and over and over again until I get sick of them. So I am definitely gonna go see this movie again, maybe even multiple more times, just because I love it so much. I think that was pretty much all of the main points I wanted to talk about. I love the casting, I love the movie in general, I love the dialogue, writing. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this sort of review. This is my first movie review, I'm pretty sure. So that's awesome. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and be sure to let me know your thoughts on this book and movie below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye!